Okay, this is the second part of the assessment. Um, I will automatically slip this into your slides. They will just appear. Um, and here you can see the second part is yellow. We have four things you're going to do in this. These all should be things you know how to do. Again, we're just going to pretend that, this isn't a blank slide because you obviously already did part one if you're watching this part of the video. So it's not blank. So you're just going to have to, suspend your disbelief. Um, the first thing you're going to do for part one, and again, I'm going to remind you, the whole idea is to see if you can do this on your own independently without help from others. So you should not be talking during this. You shouldn't be Googling other things. You shouldn't be opening other windows, etc. The only thing you should be doing is this. You're going to, for the first step, and a burp. Okay, for the first step of part one or part two is you're going to insert two shapes. It can be any shape you want. They can be any color you want. It's up to you. They're your shapes, but there must be two of them and they must be shapes. They can't be images from the internet. They have to be shapes you inserted from Google Slides. The second thing you're going to do, you're going to take those two shapes that you've prettied up or not. They can be boring. Two squares, one on top of the other. It's up to you. You're going to take the two of them and you're going to group them together. You must group those two shapes together. Nothing else should be grouped with them. So that means the word art you made in the last part should not be grouped into it. It's just these two shapes. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take that group of shapes, the two of them together, and you're going to change the order of the shapes and the word art. The shapes should be behind the word art. So that when you, in the next step, well, yeah, in this same step, you're going to then take those shapes and you're going to actually physically move them behind the word art so that you see the word art is in front and the shape is behind it. And the only way that's going to work is if you already changed the order when you move it. So I'm going to show you, for example, here I have a shape. And the sword I actually made with a bunch of other shapes. You're not doing anything that fancy. You can see that they are behind the word art. So if I move the word art is in front. And the word art is not grouped with the shapes. The word art is separate from the shapes. So that's the third thing you're going to do. You're going to change the order, make it so that the word art is in front of the shapes. The shapes are behind the word art. Then you're going to move it so that they are physically on top of each other. And then you're going to take that word art and you're going to link it to a website. It can be any website you want as long as it is school appropriate and it has to do with your theme. So if you did it on Adventure Time, that word art, so here, see here, if I oh, there we go. If I click on it, it takes me to a Wikipedia article about Adventure Time. If you did it on Among Us, it should take you to a Wikipedia page about Among Us. And that's it. That's the whole thing. You must do those four things. Make sure you're following it specifically and doing exactly what I told you, nothing more, nothing less. I mean, you can do more, but make sure that whatever you're doing doesn't prevent you from doing the steps that I have required.